Bedtime stories for giants. Listening to a bedtime story is the best way to end your day. Now that your day is done and you are lying in your comfortable bed with your favorite blanket and favorite pillow and maybe even your favorite stuffed animal, let's snuggle down for a story. This giant bedtime story I'm about to tell you will help you transition from your busy day of learning and growing to a nice, peaceful night's rest. During the story, I will guide you into a relaxed state where you will feel safe to close your eyes and drift off. If at any point during my story your eyelids are too heavy, you can close them. If you just can't stay awake any longer, it's okay to let yourself drift off. This is a time to relax and have some quiet time. I hope you enjoy my story. If you like these stories and you want to follow the giants along on their adventures, please hit the subscribe button. The Loose Tooth. This story begins on a cold, snowy winter day up on the mountain. Mom, my tooth is loose. Bo had just noticed his front tooth on the top was very wiggly. Let me see, Mom answered. It looks like it's going to come out any second now. I hope it doesn't fall out while you're eating and you accidentally swallow it, Luna warned her brother. Now Bo was worried he would accidentally swallow his tooth. At dinner, he refused to eat any food. Aren't you hungry, Bo? Mom asked. You haven't eaten anything since lunch. Not really. I'm too afraid to swallow my tooth to eat. It is a funny feeling trying to eat with a loose tooth. Can we make you a smoothie? Mom asked. Yes, Mom, thanks. Mom Giant made a peanut butter banana smoothie for Bo, and he drank it right up. I don't think I want to go sledding tomorrow, Mom. What if my tooth falls out while I'm sledding, and then I can't find it in the snow? He worried. It would be a shame to miss out on sledding in this fresh snow. We'll see how you feel tomorrow when you wake up. Who knows? Maybe you'll lose that tooth before then. Okay, Mom, Bo said. At snack that night, Bo skipped it while his siblings ate. Then it was time to brush his teeth. Luna, Apple, Ernie, and Bo went in the bathroom to brush their teeth. Then Bo called, My tooth came out. How did that happen? Mom asked. It just fell out when I was brushing my teeth. It didn't even hurt. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. We'll have to deliver it to the Tooth Fairy town. See, the Tooth Fairies, they don't come for giants' baby teeth. There's no way a Tooth Fairy could fly off with a giant baby tooth. It's just too big. So instead, they deliver them to the Tooth Fairies in the forest. The Tooth Fairies then carve the teeth into their homes. The giants read their bedtime story, turned off their light, snuggled in, and fell asleep. The next morning, Bo got out of bed and said, My other tooth is loose. Mom Giant looked, and sure enough, the other top front tooth was loose. I'll make oatmeal for breakfast. That will be easy for you to eat with having a missing tooth and a loose tooth. All the giants ate their oatmeal gone. Then Luna said, Mom, look at all the snow outside. Can we go sledding? Yes. Put your breakfast dishes in the sink, brush your teeth, and make sure to dress warm before going out, Mom replied. The giants marched their dishes to the sink, brushed their teeth, and went to put their outside gear on. Except Bo. Mom, what if my new wiggly tooth falls out while I'm sledding? Well, then it falls out. Remember when your tooth fell out last night? That didn't even hurt, did it? Mom asked. No, not even a little bit, Bo responded. If your tooth is ready to fall out, it shouldn't hurt at all. Just try not to be too crazy on that sled of yours, Mom teased. Bo got dressed in his snow pants, coat, boots, neck warmer, hat, and mittens to meet up with his siblings outside. To make a sled to fit giants, they had to use satellite dishes that were given to them from a local radio station that no longer needed them. They removed the pointy bits on the satellites so it was nice and smooth to sit on, and voila, they had circular disc sleds to slide down the mountainside on. The mountain had a nice thick layer of fresh snow from the previous day's storm, and the giant kids were eager to speed down. Luna went first. With a running start, she leaped on her disc, and away she went, spinning in circles as she sped down the mountainside. "Can I ride with you?" Ernie asked Apple. "Yeah, it'll be fun." Ernie sat on the saucer while Apple gave the sled a little running start before she, too, hopped on behind her brother. With giggles, they, too, sped down the mountain. Last was Bo. He held his saucer up to his stomach while he ran and jumped on, going down the mountain head first on his belly. He held the saucer with one hand and his hat with the other. He leaned to the left, and the sled went left. He leaned to the right, aiming the sled right at the snow jump. His saucer went up the jump and into the air. When the sled hit the snow, it continued to careen down the mountainside. That's when his wrist bumped into his loose tooth and fell out of its spot in his mouth and onto his tongue. It didn't hurt one bit, and he kept it in his mouth until he reached his siblings waiting at the end. "I lost my tooth," he told them while he held his tooth out on his glove. "I have to bring it inside before sledding again. I don't want to lose it." "Okay, grab the lift first and we'll meet you at the top," Luna told Bo. Dad Giant had rigged up a rope around 2 wheels and a motor for the giants to use as a lift. All they had to do was hold onto a knot that was tied into the rope while laying on their disc, and the rope would bring them all the way back up the mountain to where they started. Bo grabbed a knot and ascended up the mountain until he reached the top. With a firm grasp on his tooth and a foot acting as a brake in the snow, he let go of the rope. He then put the disc in a spot it wouldn't go down the hill without him and raced inside. He placed his tooth that just fell out next to the one that fell out the previous day and announced, "Mom, I lost my other tooth. Now I don't have any front teeth." "How did that happen?" Mom asked. "I was sledding down the mountain and my wrist bumped my chin, knocking my tooth right out of my mouth," Bo answered. "With your missing teeth, you sure sound funny," Mom noticed. "Yes, I know," Bo laughed. "The good news is now you don't have to worry about your teeth falling out while you're sledding," Mom assured Bo. "I'm going right back out to sled some more." The giants spent the rest of the day outside sledding and riding up the lift. They also built a giant snowman, and Dad Giant built a bonfire outside. They roasted hot dogs on the fire for dinner, and Bo no longer had to be careful with how he bit into things. As you can imagine, all the giants were pretty tuckered out from playing in the snow all day. The giants enjoyed the bonfire heat for a bit longer. Watching the wood burn was very mesmerizing and soon made the giants' eyelids get a bit droopy. "Let's head inside, guys," Bo lisped. "I'm so ready to lie down. Sledding is fun, but I sure am excited to snuggle with my stuffed animals and warm blanket," Luna told everyone. The giants headed inside, they brushed their teeth, they read a story, and then they went to sleep. The end. Good night, giants. Now imagine you are lying on the beach, on the warm sand. The sun has been warming the sand all day. Your whole body is nice and warm. Your toes are covered with sand, and you can feel the weight of it pushing down on them.
Your feet are covered in the warm, heavy sand. Your ankles are covered in the sand. Now your legs are covered in the sand. Even your hips are beneath the warm, heavy sand. Your stomach is weighted down under the sand. Feel your back sinking into the sand even deeper. Now your fingers are being drizzled with sand. It feels tingly and warm. Your hands are being buried by sand. Your arms are being buried by sand. You can feel the warm sun on your face. You have to close your eyes because it's so bright. As your eyes are closed, you can hear the beach. You can hear the waves rolling in. You can hear faraway seagulls calling. You can hear tiny footsteps of the birds chittering by. You get a shell next to your ear.